Good morning, Hwa Chong.
Welcome back to another episode of TKKFM. I'm your host, Kaden, and today we have someone very special on the show with us. It is none other than our principal, Mr. Lee. So, we're asking him some questions, also sent in by you guys, hopefully to let y'all get a deeper understanding about him. Without further ado, let's go! First question, Mr. Lee. Can you describe a typical week in your role as a principal?
Well, there isn't a typical week per se, but generally it's characterized by meetings, either meeting with your teachers or parents, and sometimes we have sessions interacting with yourselves. Other times it's supporting events that all of you take part in, at the track and field meet and so on and so forth.
So, how do your job duties change over the year?
Okay, in fact, as a principal and together with our teachers, as well as our partners, we work on multi-year basis in order so that some of the meaningful activities and events that we have planned for you will take place. But many times it's going to require a lot of planning, a lot of discussions before that happens. So say for example, I just came to the school at the end of last year. And spending as much of my time as possible getting to know the teachers, the other admin colleagues as well, and of course to get to know all of you better and the school systems and all. Then thereafter, I'm currently in conversations with the teachers on the planning and seeing what would be best for Hwa Chong and your development moving ahead in the next couple of years before we rope in our partners and all. So this role changes over time. And it's always continually exciting for all of you.
What do you enjoy most about being a principal, and what keeps you motivated in this role?
We all started by being teachers, and with that we will always place the interest as well as the benefits of students like yourself in the very first place. So to me, what motivates me is that through the efforts I can make the school a better one, both for our teachers and admin colleagues as well as for yourselves, right? As I always tell y'all, I'm not just your principal, but I'm also your senior as well. And seeing all of you blossom really brings a lot of great joy. And I think not just to me, but to your teachers as well.
Okay, good, sure. Okay, so what inspired you to become a principal?
As mentioned earlier, I started out being a teacher. And because there were very good teachers who have taken care of me and helped me to grow and develop myself. But at the same time, I think I've also encountered great principals like Mr. Tulfisan, as you know. Till this day, I still remember many of the lessons he has shared with us, and I also practice them. So with great inspiring principals, I just hope that whatever I do will be also able to bring the benefits to the school, not just to my alma mater, but also to many other schools as well.
Okay, so now we're moving on to some questions sent in by you guys. So, Mr. Lee, what was your CCA in secondary school, and do you enjoy it?
So during my secondary school days, I was in track and field because I love sprints as well as short distance running. After about 2 years, and when I trained with my senior, I was put into triple jump during my days. So we trained really hard for the national games. But unfortunately I got myself hurt, and I had then to pull out from track and field. Then I went into, back then there was band. I was trying to learn flute. And I remember my teacher especially taking care of me by teaching me how to do that. Later on, Mr. Tulfisan came up with the EP3 system. That means as long as there's a good number of us who can come together with a passion and with a teacher in charge, we can actually start our own CCA. So that's when, together with my friends, we started the writing club.
Writing club. So, just a follow-up question. What do you do in the writing club?
A couple of us are interested in creative writing in Chinese language. So what we do is we come together, we will write some of these essays. The seniors will help us to give comments on how we are writing and how to improve. And likewise, we will also read our seniors' essays, and then we will also give them share good readings, and try to spur ourselves to write even more. And we try to put all this together in a publication.
I see. Okay, next. Coffee, tea, or Milo?
Each of them serves a particular, function, right? So, for example, I usually have about 2 to 3 cups of coffee, once in the morning and once in the afternoon to perk myself up. Tea is when I want a more relaxing time, to soothe myself and take care of my own well-being. And Milo when I'm hungry.
So, do you enjoy your time in Hwa Chong?
Oh yes, most definitely. There are a couple of things that we all love. So for example, we have soccer. Even though we don't have that as a CCA, we will always have interclass games and we will spend our time on the fields, Then other than that, I think there's also a lot of learnings from the teachers back then. I remember Mr. Song Tai. He used to come to class and he would teach us a lot of lessons, little bits of nuggets of wisdom in order to keep ourselves healthy. So he will tell us that in the morning, just drink some water and gargle it out, and gargle in your mouth for about 20 seconds before you spit it out. And he says that's very helpful, for keeping healthy. So I think, and there were also many other teachers who have shared with us their tips as well as their wisdom on how we can all live better.
Okay, do you have any other colored shirts besides dark blue and green?
Yes, but majority of my shirts are blue, if not black in color. Right? Is it very obvious?
Because still for to know whether you have any other t-shirts besides dark blue and black, because there's all these, I guess.
Yeah, I am personally, I like blue and black most. Because they are easier to match and for various kinds of settings, right? Yeah. Others, for example, during Chinese New Year and Racial Harmony Day, I may then come in red or colors that are closer to the celebrative colors. Yeah.
So, if you could be an animal, what animal would you be?
I would say probably an owl. Yeah, why an owl? Well, it's a bird, it can fly, so that gives me that freedom to travel wherever I want. On the other hand, I think owl is deemed to be so-called a wise person, right? Yeah, and I hope that I can acquire sufficient wisdom in order to lead the school and do my best for all of you and the school.
So, that's all for today's episode on TKKFM. We hope that you guys have gained a deeper understanding about Mr. Lee through this video. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye!